Let's make a brand new cold process soap. This one is my Honey Clementine soap. This soap is going to be yellow and orange, and I have 2 buckets, and you might have noticed in some of my recent videos where I've added the colorant directly to my lye water. So this is my lye water solution in these buckets, and I'm adding my yellow colorant to one bowl and my orange colorant to the other. So this serves 2 purposes. When I blend these colorants into my lye water solution with my stick blender, I can blend them for 10 minutes, say, if I wanted to, and it would not affect my soap at all. It would just disperse the colorants more evenly in the lye water solution. If you've ever seen a bar of handmade soap that had little spots of color in it, most likely that is colorant that did not blend very well in the soap. And the more you stick blend your soap, the thicker it's going to get. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You really want to get that color dispersed in your soap batter, but you also don't want it to thicken. In most cases, you don't want it to thicken too much. So doing it this way allows me to blend my colorant until it is completely mixed, and I don't have to worry about not mixing it too much to thicken up my soap, because that's impossible. That won't happen with just the lye water. And the other thing is, because I don't have to mix my soap batter as much, it has better chances of remaining fluid. So now that my colorants are mixed into my lye water solution, I am pouring these bowls of lye water solution into my oils and butters. And now I am just mixing them to emulsion, and it's taking me a lot less time to mix them because I don't have to worry about getting that colorant all mixed into my soap batter. And my batters remained fluid. And the fragrance I'm using for this soap is Honey Clementine from Scentsilla, of course. So I'm adding in my fragrance oil, and I'm still hand mixing my fragrance oils in so they will remain fluid. And then I'm adding a little bit of each color into my one bowl, and I could not see out of the bottom of my safety glasses, so I did not realize that it was spilling onto the table. So I got that cleaned up. So in this red bowl, I have half yellow and half orange. So next I grab my slab mold and I place something under the one side so it's at an angle. And then that bowl that had the orange and yellow batter, I am pouring that into my mold, and I'm just going left to right, back and forth. And then I'm continuing to fill up that bowl with half yellow, half orange, and continuing pouring into my mold in this manner. And once it starts to get filled up on the one side, I remove the thing that I have underneath it to prop it up so it's laying flat on my table, and I still continue to pour going left to right like this. Next, I am drizzling some of the yellow and orange colorant all over the top of the soap, and then with my spoon I am just making a texture design on the very top. This is what it looked like as soon as I had finished pouring it, and this is what it looked like the very next day. You can see on the top how much it lightened up compared to when I had poured it. So now it's time to unmold this slab of soap. And using my log splitter, I am cutting this slab up into 4 separate loaves. And this extra thin piece of soap will go into my soap scrap bin. And now I'm using my multi-bar cutter to cut these loaves into individual bars. And this is what the bars look like. This loaf that I cut was one of the end loaves. So once we get towards the middle loaves, you'll see more stripes than swirls. So the outer loaves look more like swirls, and I will show you in a moment what the inner 2 loaves look like. So this is what the bars look like in the 2 center loaves. They look more like stripes, and that is the look that I was going for. So half of these turned out, like stripes like I wanted, and then the outside 2 loaves look more like swirls. Either way, they're really pretty. They're just yellow and orange. Pretty basic, but they're still pretty, and the Honey Clementine fragrance smells amazing. These soaps are now headed to my curing racks for the next 4 weeks. You can pre-order these on my website right now at eartherella.com, but they will not begin shipping until the week of August 4th. I'd love to know what you think of these soaps. Please leave a comment, and thank you so much for watching.